Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello and welcome back.
So, just want to say, right off, guys, as soon as we got some information from the Galactics, and then I got sent a link to a very, very scary story here, potentially scary story, we started to get a really bad energetic attack, which is kind of like ongoing. So, it does feel like things are really speeding up as we had talked about, and we're closing in on August. And August is going to be a substantial month. It might be, as we were saying in previous videos, one for the record books.
Yeah, it could very well be, and I want you guys who are so awesome with your efforts and putting forth good energy for a more positive timeline. Now is the time to start working on that.
Yeah, most definitely. Because the timeline we're on right now is one that it seems like has been sped up, is what Cindy was saying. It feels like it's on fast forward right now.
Yeah, it hit me probably, just a little while ago, it just boom, 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 all this information. So I really feel like we need to come on here and talk to you guys about it and get some different energies going for some positivity here.
And I'm sure it'll be a long night, so we'll have more information for you guys. So radioactive material disappears en route to Michigan. Radioactive material headed to Michigan from an Ohio company never made it to its destination. A filing by the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission revealed in its current event notification report for Wednesday, the commission that regulates commercial nuclear power plants and other civilian uses of nuclear materials in the United States and the Ohio Bureau of Radiation Protection had informed officials about a missing shipment involving Prime NDT services. The Ohio Radiation Bureau learned from Prime NDT that a source of iridium-192 was shipped through an unnamed carrier on July 12th from a facility in Strasburg, Ohio, to a facility in Michigan, the NRC said. Iridium-192 is a radioactive isotope of iridium which can be used in industrial gauges. Remember the missing gauge we talked about? Remember how we were just saying, look at that truck on the road that's carrying nuclear material. It's just white and unmarked. Is that not crazy? We just reported on both of those things in I don't know, last month for sure.
Yeah, and it was recent.
Yeah, the last several weeks. It's like things get telegraphed. Iridium-192, radioactive isotope, right? So it could be used in industrial gauges that inspect welding seams and such equipment as pipelines, and in medicine to treat certain cancers, according to the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It can also be made to make dirty bombs. There you go. It's missing. There's one of these irradiated nuclear gauges missing.
I'm really beside myself. I'm concerned.
Yeah, this is the second instance that we're hearing about. According to Detroit News, Prime NDT Services is an Ohio-based inspection company that performs testing services in the energy and industrial industries, many involving pipelines and other energy industry equipment. The Nuclear Commission report categorized the isotope as a Category 2 level of radioactive material, but did not specify the quantity of material that was being shipped or how it was packaged. Category 2 sources, if not safely managed or securely protected, could cause permanent injury to a person who handled them or were otherwise in contact with them for a short time, minutes to hours. It could possibly be fatal to close to this amount of unshielded radioactive material for a period of hours or days. So, that's just, to me, it's kind of unacceptable. How does something like that happen?
I know I have this really jagged feeling in my soul about this really dark picture that keeps playing itself over and over and over. And it is like being hit with another energetic type of a weapon, frequency, something. This is not okay.
And she was just talking to me, telling me what the guides were showing her. And then I told her this article, A-10s and C-146s are going to be landing on a highway in the United States. Michigan. Yeah. Michigan Air National Guard's going to conduct its first road runway training exercise on August 5th. So we can't get people saying, oh, they do it every year. No, this is their first. They're actually going to be landing on highways. Hello, something is not normal. Mm-hmm. Even in our crazy world, it's normal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so much going on right now, guys. So yeah, they're going to be doing an exercise, landing on highways. They're going to close down highways for a period of hours in order to land military planes on the highways. First ever. I wonder why. So, by the way, Snapchat is down over 100,000 outages reported. So another little outage there. And JB, number 46, orders the military to move towards mandatory. Mm-hmm. You know what? So we have a lot going on. And if you listen to the very end here, and you can read the quote, it's still a question. If the federal government can mandate the whole country, I just don't know yet. Yep. That's a big statement. And that last word is a big word. Mm-hmm. Yet. Arkansas governor declares public health emergency, and this is, over the plague upon the land. He's not ordering mandatory masks on or anything like that, or businesses to close. But he was referencing just a shortage of people to deal with the, plague upon the land, shortage of workers, health workers. So remember that fire that just totally gutted the ship in San Diego Harbor? Well, the U.S. Navy charged a sailor with setting that fire. And we don't know, his name. And in this fire, nobody was killed. 63 people were injured. But, I mean, the ship was just demolished. So I got to wonder, what was up with that? Was he perhaps a plant? Mm-hmm. As we've been talking about these, sleepers that may have been here for more than one generation. Think about that. And there was a confirmed tornado that ripped through town just north of Philadelphia, actually taking down some buildings and all. Massive damage there. And there's videos for you guys to see. At least 12 million households face eviction as the moratorium ends. It ends on July 31st. Everything is speeding up. If there is no sort of extension that comes through, it's going to be going into much, much, much tougher times for many, many people. And when we look over here, we see containers are being built at a record pace. It's still not enough. As we've talked about this all too perfect storm that's hitting us, hitting all the major food production areas, and all these just amazing coincidences, one on top of the other, that's leading to what can become shortly catastrophic shortages. And what happens if we go into another prolonged LOCK down? I think that would push a lot of things just straight over the edge, don't you?
Oh, I really believe that's where things are really going to start getting unraveled, and people are really going to start losing their fray.
So what can you share in language that we can share as far as what was just coming through to you? And I know there's going to be people that say, you guys are just downers, you're all doom and gloom, you're helping to manifest a negative outcome. It's all about being prepared, and it's all about pushing back harder as much as we can. It's all about us getting organized. Actually, if time was to allow, we were thinking about trying to do a live and seeing if we could get through a live, just basically, a group meditation type thing, group prayer. But we got waylaid with certain things that were happening. But we will again attempt over this weekend to get something together, and perhaps we could start doing that on a regular basis as long as nothing gets disrupted.
Right. You know, as far as what can I share, not much, you guys. You know how this this business is. It's difficult. But I can tell you that the energies that are coming in have me really looking out and seeing people being blocked from all different directions from being able to go out and do like regular daily things. Just be as prepared as you possibly can. I really need you guys to try to change the timeline into a more positive timeline, because things must change. You know, there are some parts in scripture where it is correct, you know, that things, they just need to change. They're going to happen. Things are going to change, but they don't have to be so horrible. I don't believe they have to be horrible like this energy that I'm getting now. I think they can be a more positive nature. So really counting on you guys to help us change that timeline. That's about all I can really share.
I was reading a book again on quantum physics and just how we create our reality last night again, just going through a couple key segments. And, you know, nothing is truly set in stone. It's not. I mean,
Right.
some people might want to say it is, but it's not set in stone. And, you know, when we are given certain predictions and prophecies, you know, often it's either looking at one possible timeline, which could change. Like take Edgar Casey, most of his prophecies are way late. They're decades late. Are they manifesting now? They seem to be. You know, for the most part, they do seem to be manifesting now. Not verbatim, not word for word, not exactly, but you know, the greater portions seem to be starting to come true. But again, many of them were pegged for the 1970s or in 80s and before 2000, so they're really late. So what happened? You know, was it perhaps our consciousness rising faster than expected? Maybe not quite fast enough, but faster than expected, so where it actually had a delaying effect. And if we could get enough people to wake up to the way the world really works, it's not set in stone.
Right.
You know, we're not basically just going to be punished by a jealous, angry God, and there's nothing we could do about it. That's what they want you to think, but it's not the case. You know, we do have a chance to shift into a more positive timeline. But what we're sharing is that we're getting that the dark side is ramping up things, speeding up things. Why? Probably because we're changing quicker than they can handle.
Mm-hmm.
Our consciousnesses are awakening. People are developing new powers faster than before, as far as like intuition, precognition, you know, telepathy, all these different psychic abilities that really we always have when we're not in the Kali Yuga.
Which really helps people see the truth of the matter and see the gravity of the matter and see beyond the facade, you know, see beyond the illusion. They can't have that.
So they're going to push back faster. And, you know, they have one big weapon in their arsenal, and it's not too hard to figure out what that weapon is. It's the word that's been on everybody's mouth, everybody's lips for quite a while now. That is their greatest tool against the awakening consciousness. And so, you know, again, we had talked about you're going to need to be prepared to maybe be able to, as the government had said, live on your own, totally self-sufficient for 6 months, no power. Well, yeah, we've gotten that this battle might take 3 years to get through, where if you want to avoid certain things, you're going to have to live kind of outside of the system for a prolonged period of time. Mm-hmm. You know, and Cindy shared with me, you know, that you might be housebound, literally, not even allowed to go out on the streets. Think about more of a almost a martial law situation. What's happening right now in Australia, right? What do you see being deployed around on the streets of Australia to enforce certain regulations? Well, it may not be too far behind here and in other places like Canada and the UK and the rest of the EU as well. We might all be seeing something like that to different degrees depending on where you are.
Right. And we can look at this through a brighter perspective, understanding that this is the difficult side of evolution, where things are going to change and things have to be done differently. So let's just keep our thoughts very positive and understand that these changes are okay, they're necessary, and they are for the better. So let's try that.
And these experiences will make us stronger. And, this is something that we do take with us from life to life, is the experiences and the knowledge gained and the strength gained as well. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of things can be tough, and there definitely can be tough learning. And, we are going through that right now. Kind of a trial by fire in so many ways, you might say.
Sure is, yeah.
So I want to again thank everybody that is a Patreon and supporting us on Patreon. We couldn't do it without you guys. And thank you guys also for Medicinal Foods and our partnership there, which does help to support the channel. And there's great stuff there that can pick up your mood, like the Lovers Bars, for instance.
Yes, which I might just order a whole box tonight.
Yeah, she's right there. Chocolate covered almonds, or do you prefer chocolate covered macadamia?
Oh, let's do macadamia.
I agree. And oh man, I had some of those chocolate mulberries are really kick ass. Sorry for swearing, but they are. As always, guys, be prepared. Keep up that spiritual practice and stay in shape. Get in as good a shape as you can, because this is going to be trying on us in every way, mentally, spiritually, and physically. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.